Droits d'auteur, or copyright in English, is the second installment in the exceptional Henri and Edmond series by French Brickfilmers Studio Epsilon, featuring an outlandish but highly enjoyable plot following our likable but helpless protagonist Henri as he is forced to go on the run from a copyright agency after downloading a pirated song.
C'est une musique téléchargée illégalement!
I love this brick film for everything it achieves and executes. The animation is delightful, the story original, and the production design in particular is absolutely spectacular. The suburban houses included in Brickheim are built to look like a classic Lego city, and they capture that bricky feel all too well, and I just adore it. The lighting setup coincides with the structures nicely as well, and helps to create an environment that is both beautiful and realistic, adding to the marvelous camera angles to give it a great cinematic look. Something else I specifically enjoyed and thought was very well done was the car chase scene at the climax of the second act. Especially since such sequences have become rather generic and cliched in film nowadays, I'm glad to say Studio Epsilon manages to incorporate this engaging set piece into the story in a fun and comedic way, both literally and metaphorically driving the plot forward and featuring an inventive, self-aware fourth wall break. Another thing that this film really shines at too is the character development. The writers behind this film, Maxime Marion and Lilian Ginet, do a splendid job of fleshing out the majority of their characters, and almost everyone's motivations are clear and actually make sense, unlike a lot of other brick films where a character will only be there to serve a specific purpose, whether it be to explain things to the audience or just be a hindrance to the protagonist. There was also some outstanding exposition with Henri and Edmond, but not so much with the agents from SACOM. I would have especially liked a little more backstory for the villain, Vince Stube, surrounding why he's so obsessed with copyright law, mainly because I find his mental state at the end of the film a little unbelievable. By going into more detail on his background, personality, and motive, Marion and Ginet could have fleshed out his character more to make his closing situation a little less sudden.
Échec et mat, hein?
One other similar issue I did have was how the twist at the conclusion of the film was pulled off. It comes across as slightly surreal, and I feel it would have benefited from a little more setup. Specifically earlier in the film, a little more exploration of Henri's background and relationships with his parents wouldn't go amiss, and, like the possibility of setting up the villain more, would pay off later on. These are, however, only small flaws in an otherwise brilliant and oftentimes hilarious screenplay. To conclude, this is a very stylish brick film indeed, with a fantastic screenplay, superb voice acting, beautiful cinematography, and a great soundtrack. You should by no means be put off by the English subtitles, nor the 36-minute runtime. Droits d'auteur is worth seeing just for the dynamic relationship between the titular characters alone, and has honestly got to be one of, if not the, greatest brick films out there. In the end, I'd give Studio Epsilon's Henri and Edmond Droits d'auteur a final rating of 10 out of 10. Truly exceptional work.